Saw some dead bones.
It will all work out. It must.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this.
Don't worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole again soon. It will all work out. It must.
Biedny Reginald. O, coś tu było.
Diamond saw blade. Perpetrator's tool. Piece of coat fabric caught on the nail. Heavy on cologne. Smell it'll lead me to the thief.
O, dobra. Zapach.
I'm glad to see her illustrious grace summon such a professional.
Czy ja jestem ślepy? A, widzę. Ale strasznie słabo go widać.
I would hate to come off as impertinent, but was it not you on the turning circle?
The fuck? Tutaj? Tutaj. Dobra. Długo jeszcze musiał tak biec?
Scent leads to this door. Ooh. Sorry to interrupt, I guess.
This is not what it seems. Word of honor. I tripped, rolled, tumbled, and landed where she already lay.
Chyba znam tego aktora.
Hughes, that's not him.
I swear, this is all an unfortunate coincidence. A series thereof. What?
That's not my husband.
You mean, not your husband? Who are? And why are you in my home? Out! Now! Or I'll summon the guards!
Potrzebuję twoich jaj.
Calm down. Just here to talk.
I believe we have nothing to talk about.
Oh, we do. Just to kick things off, you're in great form for a man your age.
I eat well, start the day with a glass of wine. That preserves the body wonderfully.
Interesting. Might try it. Say, ever heard of Reginald Dobry, his statue?
Everyone in the city's heard of it. Reginald's a paragon, a
Oj,
national
ten quest
hero.
jest śmieszny.
That's so. You seem well informed, Hughes. Maybe you know who stole Reginald's testicles.
I can explain everything. This...
Rosalinda, I know you're in there. You and that fancy pants of yours.
Oh no, not him too. This really is not my day.
Got you, you rogue! Prepare for a shellacking, scallop! What the laugh's this? Rosalinda! One, I could forgive you, but two at one time!
Wait, got nothing to do with this.
Take me for a fool? I'll teach you to fish in another man's pond!
Got no time for this. Go home.
Yes, that'll be best. I'm done here.
Geraldo powinien częściej z tego korzystać chyba.
That would have gone horribly for me had you not intervened.
No oczywiście, mam wymaksowane, mówię ci. Jeszcze chyba nie nie miałem negatywnych konsekwencji.
Time to talk.
Jestem ciekaw, czy kiedy w ogóle jakiekolwiek są.
Rosalinda,
Kiedykolwiek.
my dove, please allow us a moment. All right. I admit I stole the stones, and you will never believe it, but they work. Today, Rosalinda and I will 3 times and counting.
3 times? Impressive.
Isn't it? At my age, that's more than the entire last decade.
All the same, you stole those stones and you gotta return them.
Listen, perhaps we might strike a deal. Hmm? Let me keep the stones. I'll pay you. Grant me this, I beg you. They've made me young again.
Nie ma szans, dude.
No chance. Need to take the
Nie
stones.
twoje
plain
jaja.
and simple.
But if you were to leave them with me for a day or two, 3 at the most.
Shit out of luck. Sorry.
At the day's end, it's good I had a chance to use them at all. Here, take them.
Thanks. And good luck. Actually think you'll do just fine without them.
Mówię, te questy tutaj są takie śmieszne. 10 razy wolę coś takiego od zabijania 20 kurna uberutowca.
They say a great deal about you, Witcher.
A fruitful hunt to you, Witcher.
Well, have you recovered Reginald's family jewels?
Yep, got them back.
Lepiotus luscious lips, it's them! It's really them! I hope this modest reward nonetheless conveys the extent of my gratitude. And look in on us tomorrow
Nie,
for the
zabrałem
grand
mu.
reopening. You shall
To
stroke
niego jaja.
Reginald at no charge on the house.
Ale widzisz, ty jesteś centrystą, Stojak. Dobra. Czy coś jeszcze mam w dzienniku oprócz Gwentu? Okej. Dobra, to wszystko generalnie. Bo Scavenger Huntów nie mam zamiaru robić. Jeszcze rzucę okiem. A, tu jeszcze coś jest. Ale oprócz tego... Ja tu nic nie widzę na razie.
Don't you step on me.
Wiesz co, nie wiem. Technicznie rzecz biorąc skończyłem już pracę jakieś 10 minut temu. Ale nie mam nic innego do roboty i tak w tej chwili, więc... Ale Trollana też pracuje po południe.
Ollie, Ollie! Accent please!
Spórownicę nie robiłem chyba. Tu pewnie gdzieś poza miastem do skórownicy. Poza miastem to jest za dużo nie łaziłem. Dobra, to jest ten turniej.
My eyes were not deceived. Yet so far south. You, sir, of all folk in all your fame.
Me, south in all my fame.
Oh, I've heard so much. Why, when Master Dandelion tarried in Beauclair, not a day passed without him baying out a ballad in admiration of your teats.
Yeah.
To
Unwelcome.
na razie to nie
habit
było
of
jakichś
his.
chyba zbyt słabych questów,
What can
więc...
I do for you?
Przez cały ten turniej to był opcjonalny, nie?
You
To
see,
był
my
skład spoko.
betrothed, Francois Le Goff, vowed in my honor to bring me the head
Pardon.
of the horrid beast they call Gretore.
Couldn't have gotten your bouquet, some sweets in a bag.
Witcher, sir, you jest. A love most true demands proof through heroic deeds dedicated to the heart's captor. But alas, Francois has been gone a fortnight. Thus I must plead with you to see what's become of him. Could you? Would you?
This Grotore. Know anything else about it, mademoiselle? Judging by the name, guessing it lives in a cave.
Grotołaz.
Yes. From which it prowls when hungry. By night, when all are asleep, it creeps into villages. Then, of a sudden, breaks open shutters, reaches inside and snatches babes from their cradles so quickly they've not the time to yelp.
Nocturnal, unprehensile arms, intelligent.
Francois claimed he would cut the filth down in a snap, but he's been gone so long. Will you help, sir? I cannot sleep. I fear this worrying will be the death of me.
Do my
Ja się
damnedest to
nigdy
get your
nie
fiancé back safe
targuję o
and sound.
zapłatę. Dużo pieniędzy zostawiam, ale
Mind telling me where to look for him?
nawet nie wiem co dodaję.
Forget you come from afar and do not know our land. They say Grotore has its lair in the caves at the foot of the Gorgon Hills.
That close to the city? Telling me no bold souls have ventured out to defeat the beast?
Quite the contrary.
Mi się to nie opłaca. Za dużo czasu traciłbym na targowanie się. Już szybciej zrobić następnego questa i dostać więcej pieniędzy.
Alright. High time I set off.
Po polsku są areny? Bo to są korony, nie? Po pierwsze... Okej. Tutaj. Z płacu chyba dojdę. No wiem, jest kilka walut i tylko w bankach je można wymieniać, co jest trochę irytujące. Kurwa, jestem ślepy, myślałem, że to jest tak. The fuck was that?
Your reputation precedes you, Geralt.
Te drzewka bardzo bugują Geralta. Zresztą ten główny zrobię tego questa i zresztą i tak już innego nie widzę na mapie. Dzisiaj albo jutro pewnie skończę. Oj, 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 oj. Wątek główny. Czekaj, bo jest achievement za... jest achievement za ślizganie się przez tam chyba 10 sekund czy coś takiego, ale go nie wbiłem. Dzisiaj, tak jak mówiłem, jutro pewnie skończę, jutro pracuję tak samo jak dzisiaj, tylko jutro jest poniedziałek, więc nie wiem. Nie wiem... Kurna, chciałem zapisać.
A beast lurks in there.
Right. Expected as much, cause I...
Shh, quiet, before you wake it. Come, I've camped nearby. We shall talk there.
Sobie szybko wygoogluję
What do they
side
call you?
questy w tym.
What's your crest? Speak.
Oczywiście, że jestem
Rabbit's
Ravix.
forlorn. My crest shows a maiden sitting astride a striding bear. So, now that we've had our night-to-night chat, Francois Le Goff, I presume. Your betrothed sent me. See, you've been gone a while, so you've got her worried.
Well, indeed,
Okay.
for Grotore is a most fearsome beast. I must
Jasne,
prepare
jasne, stary.
properly for battle.
Takes 2 weeks, that?
I have tarried a bit, true, but the delay is done. My word I gave, thus the beast shall die.
Dobra, widzę, że już 2 questy. Generalnie ja już ich nie zrobię,
Wouldn't happen to need any help, would you?
bo mają jako cut-off point wcześniejsze questy.
I don't know. After all, I did swear a solemn oath to...
Deposit the beast's head at your beloved's feet. No mention of you killing it all by yourself, though.
Dagdag Ghost i Amidst the Mill Grist.
I suppose
Reszta
you're
side
right.
questów powinno być ok.
We must fight side by side then. For honor.
Bo Turniej już zrobiłem, a turniej to był jeszcze jeden, który znika potem.
How might I aid?
Jest taki jeden quest na Skellige, gdzie stoi dwóch ziomów przed jaskinią i kurna musisz ich chronić w tej jaskini. A w tej jaskini są jeszcze te gówna, co wybuchają i zadają mnóstwo obrażeń. I normalnie nie byłem w stanie go zabić po prostu. Musiałem olać go i przyjść 15 poziomów później. Bo oni ciągle zabijali.
We gotta kill it first. Strange. No sign of Kratori.
Perhaps we should...
Filled with children's shoes. And I never see protection of this grotesque.
Ty, znowu mi zrestowało wszystkie ustawienia, czaisz? Bez jaj. Gdzie to kurwa jest? Gameplay? Tak, Quick Sign Casting mi zrobiło na zwykłe i usunęło mi walone na pewno te no, dokładnie, efekt text, czyli to ile damage'a zdaje. To chciałem zrobić. No, nie wiem co chodzi. To chyba jest za każdym razem wyświetla mi się to takie okienko, jak pokazuje. Okej, coś jeszcze tu jest? Bo to będzie jakaś roślinka wielka, dobra. W ogóle cały czas mam z tego taką bekę, że zrobiłem tego questa z tym złym duchem uwięzionym w korzeniach drzewa. W ogóle zanim wiedźmy mi kazały to zrobić.
Bones, small skull. Fontanelle's not completely closed. Some tools. Clear as day now. Johnny must be springing from its victims. Seems to be off somewhere, probably feeding. Need to lure it.
Relikt? Tak. Igni Relikt in the Meritium. O, wierzę w to, że Geralt sam to zrobi. No shit, przecież próbowałem to zrobić. A, dobra, to na tak. Złe kwiaty odpalałem. Dziadek drzewo. Była już babcia drzewo, to jest pewna dziadka drzewo. Oj, dobrze. Ja, miło by było, gdyby kamera mnie w końcu porządnie wylokowała. Czy jest ktokolwiek mi w stanie powiedzieć, co tu się dzieje, bo ja nie wiem. Kurwa. Co tu się dzieje? Ja nie wiem. Bo nagle, potworowi nagle zniknęła 1/3 życia. Zaczął napierdalać cały ten. Jakimiś dziwnymi atakami. Będę wczytywał, jak go zabiję, no. W sumie ja mam tego perka, co mi daje damage'a, jakie mam toksyczność, więc możemy się napić. Proszę. O ja pierdolę, ale poszło szybko tym razem. Dużo jest w dodatkach jest ziomków, którzy się lubią teleportować, zauważyłem. Nie jestem pewien dlaczego. Widocznie lubią, stwierdzili, że to jest jedyny sposób, żeby jakoś... To jest tylko na wampiry. To jest tylko na dronery. Poisons, to mogą być poisony. Dobra, co mi tam? To co to w ogóle jest? Critical chance, niech będzie. Stamina Regeneration, mam nadzieję, że Geraldo się nie zabije. Kurwa. A, dobra, bo on się tepnął. Kurwa, Geraldo. Dobra, już to mroczny cosplay. Nie wiem, co Geraldo do swojego ciała wrzucił, ale... Było to coś mocniejszego. Ale to jest taka scenka.
By my troth, the damned brute was sturdy. I'm grateful, Witcher. You aided me greatly.
Aided.
Why the challenge? Couldn't have gone after something less formidable? A werebub, for instance?
Why? For the beast must match in ferocity the very ardor of my affection, and...
You're blushing, Sir Knight.
Oh, it's my betrothed. The thing is, she champs at the bit to get married when we've not known one another but 2 years. So I vowed to slay Grottori. Thought it would buy me time to battle such a beast. Why, it would take months.
Może naklepię, żebym zginął.
Especially at the rate you were going. High time you returned to Beauclair, brave knight.
Nay, nay. The head of this beast is a trifle, wholly inadequate.
Wrócę sobie, już stwierdziłem, że nie tracę żadnych questów chyba. Co już mogę stracić, to straciłem. Przy zamku tracę tylko turniej. A turniej zrobiony. Oj, to są te wybory. Niech robi co chce.
Must have really cold feet. Frozen. Can't say I see it happening, your success. But do what you will. And good luck.
Denerwuje mnie strasznie, że za każdym razem jak dostajesz nowe trofeum, to zmienia ci to, które masz obecnie. To jest szaleństwo. To jest kompletne szaleństwo moje. Dobra, zostanie to, co mi daje złoto. To jest chyba najlepsze. Tutaj coś jest ciekawego? O, to jest po prostu wyjście. Dobra, gdzie jest najbliższy znak? Chyba tutaj przejdę, bo... Iść tam to... Może być ciężko. A tam jest pod górę. Może śmiesznie wyglądać. Mówię, ja już z konia nie korzystam, bo za dużo razy się kurwa wjebał na jakiś mostek i padł. Się pod nim obudził. A, ja muszę dokończyć tego questa jeszcze. No, to zajmie 5 sekund. Kurwa, nawet nie widziałem. Dobra, niech ci będzie.
It is right and fitting, Bishop. To Kesha summoned.
Muszę zmienić wtedy, bo nie będę wiedział, gdzie się tepnąć.
Drink and loosen your belts. For you
A to jest tutaj. Dobra, przejdę do Vineyardu. Będzie trochę bliżej. To wszystko się wczytuje w pół sekundy przecież. Ja co chcę tylko zapisać. Okay. Dog.
Grey, yes.
good health. Oh,
Takie Midnight, panie. Ja to nic nie oszukuję. A, o to ci chodzi, dobra. Dobra, zapisałem. W Hearthstone'a? Hearthstone'a to zacząłeś grać 7 lat temu.
Where to storm Duntide? Expect armed resistance. The strength of the fortifications remains.
Nintendo to mam okres te wszystkie gry dla degeneratów. Machika, Hearthstone'a,
Good you're here.
Lola.
Ready to attack Duntine?
See, you already prepared a plan. Walk me through it?
We have two objectives. To find Her Illustrious Highness's sister and capture the men who blackmailed the vampire. Duntine is a modest complex. Several old buildings, a
Wiem.
high wall around it. At the center of
To
the
zdążyło
enclosure
być, no.
stands an imposing keep, restored not long past by the elderly knight of the castle, Roderick. We mean to strike here, through the main gate, then secure the area in front of the keep by storm.
How many men defend Duntine, you know?
Roderick maintains a team of knights for defense. They are no army, but they could number several dozen. Also, Roderick recently took in a
Ja
band of
przypuściłem
foreign mercenaries.
frontalny szturm na tego.
About them we know very little.
Łowców
Need to hit
wiedźm,
them from both
więc
sides.
nic mi
You
nie
draw the
straszne.
defenders, keep them busy. I'll sneak in the back way, find the women, make sure they come to no harm. I'll vault over the wall as soon as you start your assault.
Your plan puts you at great risk.
To też był w sumie taki dziwny motyw fabularny z tymi łowcami wiedźm. Że zabiłeś tego tam złego przywódcę, ale totalnie nikt się o tym nie dowiedział, tak? I mogę się potem zastąpić kimś innym. To było strasznie dziwne. Kruki. Dobra,
So it begins.
teraz się muszę wkraść jakoś.
Quick!
Kurna.
We grab Roderick's horses and we bolt. We won't vault far if the boys out front don't hold.
Już okularów nie mam. To tak nie boli. Bo Gerarda wygląda idealnie w tych okularach z tą czupryną. O, już ktoś do mnie strzela z tyłu, nie? Ja będę do niego kółkiem przechodził, tak to wygląda w tej grze. What the fuck? Pardon? Kolejny spamer? Nie.
Kill! You go unburied! Grab him!
A mogę go nie widzieć, bo mam top odłączony, a nie lepszy. Bo to właśnie z tego seta co mam. On mi chyba 6% życia przywraca.
Stench. Roderick sent them to get the horses. He's looking to flee.
W sekundę muszę zbanować bota. Ukryj użytkownika, okej.
Can't let him.
No to jest całkiem dobry
I see no
pancerz generalnie.
troopers along the road. Bloody bots! What was that?
Też bym się przeraził, gdyby jakiś żołnierz z pięści zaczął do mnie napierdalać. Oj, Geraldo. On ma czasem problem z wyjmowaniem broni, założyłem. Dobrze. Trafił swojego, lol. Dobra, muszę iść do tego, co strzela. Dobra, nie planujesz więcej umierać. No, zaraz się okaże, że Geraldo po prostu tak się naćpał tymi wszystkimi eliksirami, że on tutaj jakichś zwykłych ludzi morduje. No, przywidzenia. Musisz mieć podzieloną uwagę, stojak. Widzisz, patrzysz, co ja robię, albo słuchasz. Ten, daj mi zapisać, panie. No, okej, jak uważasz.
I see no ducals along the road. They must not be guarding it. What was that?
Kurwa, zauważyli mnie. Przynajmniej jak stracisz rangę, będziesz miał na kogo zwalić winę.
Hurry with those crates, but be careful. If you drop any, someone's here. They've breached the back wall.
O, znowu się zbugował.
Kill him.
Ever fight a Witcher?
Go on, lads. Beat the mob butcher.
Ale tam jest jakiś łucznik.
I shall show you, rogue.
Dlaczego Geraldo się świeci na żółto, tego nie wiem. Dzisiaj nie jest przypadkiem pierwszy? No, oni nie resetują tych rank co miesiąc?
Mercy, I did no wrong.
Nah, kept the wrong damn company. Centrion's men, where are they?
I knew.
Nie wiem dokładnie jak to nie działa.
Have let them under my roof.
Where are they now?
To maska.
In the keep.
A,
Ready their
rozumiem.
escape.
There's someone with
Dzisiaj długa noc, tak?
Luciana?
Of course, she convinced me to let them in.
And a whole pile of trouble along with them. Where is she?
Packing. We were to leave together. An old fool. I'd have done anything for her.
Where is she? In the keep too?
Yes. Her chamber is
No widzisz.
in the tower. The top floor.
To było jakieś postanowienie na nowy rok, że w Headstone'a wybijesz coś ważnego w tym
What do you
roku?
mean? I know nothing about a hostage. Must be the handiwork of my guests. What will become of me?
Niech mu pomogę.
Here, press it against the wound. Should staunch the bleeding.
I thank you.
Ale dla mnie tam wszystko, czemu on nie gra jest OP.
What is happening? How many? There's so many. Kill the shit like that. Arrows, bring us up. We did it. Where's one? They're all around.
O kurwa. Dobra, to jest jakiś NPC, który ma nawet własne imię. Mam nadzieję, że... O, epicka muzyka.
Giving you one last chance. Yield.
Ten Harlot got us into this. Kill him! Attack!
A nie, to wampiriony. Kurna, Vampire Commando normalnie.
Need to get into the keep. They shall pay for everything.
Ale to tak chyba nieetycznie, Krzysiu. No dobra. Ciekawe, czy dostaję ten expo 455. Nie. Wiesz co, chyba masz rację teraz, tak jak myślę. Myślałem, że może dostaję jeden expa czy co. Że mam taki wysoki poziom. Tylko oni to wszystko dość mocno skalują tutaj. Nie wiem czemu tak bardzo im na tych levelach zależy. Dobra, zakładam, że to koniec.
Wasn't expecting to see you two here.
We thought you could use our help. So, Witcher, this is no time to explain. Where is Renna?
Expect to answer a lot of questions inside.
Let us go then.
Kurna, ten Wiedźmin to się tak trochę animu zrobił w tych dodatkach.
Renna! Are you hurt? If any of them.
You know me. I'd never let them hurt me. I just waited for you to come.
I didn't know where to look. They threatened to kill you. Forgive me. I failed you.
Now we need only find Anna Henrietta's sister. Where should we look? Do you know?
Mm-hmm. Ran into Roderick, Duntine's lord. Told me where I'd find Siana.
Then speak and let's grab her. Time is short.
Said she was in a room in the tower. Very one we're in right
Chciałem
now.
powiedzieć, że to jest jedna i ta sama
Incidentally,
osoba.
looks nothing like a prison cell. And just so happens there's a carafe full of wine here. Bet it's stolen San Real.
What's your point?
Stop playing dumb. I know everything. Your plan, that this was part of it.
Witcher, what is this?
Sorry, Dettlaff. You've been had.
My friend, please. You must listen to what Geralt has to say.
Renna's not her real name. This is Siana. And Siana is sister to Anna Henrietta, the Duchess of Toussaint.
What nonsense is this?
Siana was banished as a child, but it seems she trekked back here recently. Moved into Duntine and ran a Vandergild out of here. Sent a man called the Cintrian to Beauclair to steal some wine for her. Wine reserved for the ducal family. Cintrian led us to her. Caught him later stealing a jewel Sian had gotten from her father as a child. Sorry, Dettlaff. She used you. Part of her plan.
If you do not, I will raise Beauclair to the ground. This I promise you. You've 3 days. I shall be waiting.
He just fly off?
He did not wish to act rashly. He's gone to soothe his nerves.
Think he'll do it? Make good on his threat?
I cannot say. He can be unpredictable when fury consumes him.
I shall go to him.
Come again? After what he just...
You don't know Dettlaff like I do. If I don't do as he says, he truly will destroy the city. He's more than capable of it.
Conscience gets to you now?
Better... Better late.
Podejrzewam, że ona ma jakiś plan, który wcześniej obmyśliła, żeby go się pozbyć.
It truly does seem the best option.
Your Grace, we must proceed with caution. Guardsmen saw vampires here. They could still be about.
Vampires or no vampires, my sister is here. Find her.
Your Grace, that...
Tej nic nie powstrzyma. Aj.
Siana, it's true. It's you. Sister, dear, what have you gotten yourself into? So concerned, I'm surprised. Is there an ounce of truth to it?
You feel resentment. I understand. But I promise we shall work through all the unfortunate matters of the past. We will discuss them later. Captain, escort Siana to the palace. I shall meet with her as soon as we return.
As you wish, Your Grace.
And you, Witcher. You have my thanks. I cannot believe my sister was so near the whole time.
No i no, te cutscenki są w porządku.
Roderick of Duntine
Nie
shall
można im za
answer for
dużo
treason and blackmail.
zarzucić.
Roderick got duped and used, just like the vampire.
Apropos, were you able to establish who kidnapped his beloved?
We've discovered Siana blackmailed the vampire. Ordered him to kill those men.
What? What nonsense is this?
She is his missing lover. Staged her own abduction to force him to do her bidding.
He was a tool. Whole scheme was Siana's. She was behind it.
You're mistaken. You must be. This cannot be true.
Your Grace, I know this vampire.
What? You know him? Who is he?
Dettlaff.
The same who so recently sat at my table and told me of Nazaire. Is there anything else you've neglected to mention? A dragon living beneath Mount Gorgon, perhaps? Is anyone else here a vampire?
Oh ja no.
Where is he now?
Waiting for Siana. If she doesn't show up to meet him by an appointed time, he'll destroy Beauclair.
He dares threaten us?
Your Grace, we have 3 days to bring him Siana and...
Not a word. You have 3 days to bring me his head. No more secrets. No more helping vampires. I want what I'm paying for. The head of the beast.
No i się rozsierdziła. No znowu 1200 expa. Dopiero co level przyszedłem.
Doubt it. Rarely forgets, rarely retracts what she says, especially not threats.
Yes, well, even I must admit Dettlaff's actions were highly inappropriate. Reprehensible, even. Are you upset?
Why would I be?
Let's see. You're returning from your hunt empty-handed. No trophy. No new lead to boast of, then pursue.
What can I say? It happens at times. Especially likely to when the monster I'm chasing can turn into fog.
How do your employers customarily react when you fail to meet their expectations?
It depends. Peasants cuss me out. Merchants demand I refund their deposit, whereas nobles mostly just release their hounds.
And rulers?
Usually threaten me with the gallows.
A most illustrious grace awaits the gentleman.
Your Grace, the population demands she be punished. Syanna's committed terrible crimes. Spilt so much blood.
Another word, Palmerin, and I shall spill even more blood. Yours. I repeat for the last time. Syanna is responsible for the death of many, true. But she is also my sister. We are bound by blood and by a shared childhood. I shall not allow her to be lynched.
Your Grace, I fear the masses might rise. Storm the prison, pitchforks and torches in hand.
Let them storm. They will not find her there. Syanna is hidden away in a safe place. She shall await trial there until we have rid ourselves of this accursed vampire. Which to judge by your means has not yet
Myślę, że ona
come to pass.
podświadomie by po prostu oskarżała tego wampira o to, a nie o nią.
Where is he?
Wiesz, takie
Where is
wyparcie.
Dettlaff?
We're working to find that out, Your Grace.
Do you take me for a fool?
I wouldn't dare.
I care not one whit what you have worked on, are working on, or shall work on. I'm interested in results, which thus far have been nil. At times, I hunt foxes. Do you know how it works? The ducal huntsman releases the hounds. They catch the fox's scent, chase the animal down, and lead the Bachu to it. All within an hour. You, Witcher, have had a week. The aid of my most excellent knights. Yet, you have tracked absolutely nothing down. I've begun to suspect my beagles might have done a better job.
Allow me to point out certain subtle but essential differences between a higher vampire and a fox, or game in general.
Truly. Like the ones between a pathetic quip and a treasonous offense.
Proszę ciebie, będę dodżował kółki i nawet nie trwał.
Witcher. But to the matter at hand. Have you managed to establish anything?
Your Grace, it seems Syanna tricked Dettlaff, used him to murder the knights who escorted her into exile. We have reason to believe that...
Your Grace! Vampires!
What? Speak now!
Vampires! They protect the city! Captain de la Tour defends the square near the boat landing, but so many lives lost.
Damn it.
Zakładam, że to Oriana.
If it's war this Dettlaff wants, it's war he shall have. Geralt, get to work. This time I'll hear no excuses. Palmerin, you...
Get her out of here.
Brooksa. Kurwa, Geraldo, czemu ty wyjmujesz jebany miecz, jak bijesz się z wampirem? Znaczy się chowasz go. Dobra, ona krwawi i tak. No i 160 ekspresów.
Siana failed to appear as summoned. And there. Detlef is not making either
To już 3
threats.
dni minęły? What
Seems
the fuck?
not. Need to make some serious plans of our own now. It's gone too
Chciałem to
far, damn it.
przegapić.
Regis, you mentioned there was a way to draw Dettlaff out. A way you've avoided resorting to so far because you thought it was too dangerous.
Is that how I put it? Do forgive me that I've misled you terribly. The word dangerous is simply a scandalous understatement in this case.
Regis, another inner monologue growing out of a personal dilemma. Just tell me how to flush Dettlaff out. Force him to meet, please.
In due course. But first, Geralt, I'd like you to consider the alternative. After all, you could fulfill Dettlaff's demand and liberate his beloved Siana.
Think Dettlaff still believes Siana's innocent?
I believe he suspects something. He must. And he seeks to understand what happened.
And for that, he's declared war on the entire duchy?
What can I say? Moderation was never his strong suit.
Really want to free Siana? Hand her over to Dettlaff? Refuse to accept you consider that wise.
It's hard to believe, I know. But Dettlaff is not actually evil, merely impulsive. He needs but meet with her.
W momencie to różnicy między jednym a drugim nie ma, przyjaciel.
So say I agree to this, because I might. Still no chance Anna Henrietta will.
I do not recall ever suggesting we ask her permission.
The meeting. What if it's nothing like you say? What if it goes sour, ends in a fight? Willing to guarantee Siana won't get hurt?
It seems unlikely in the extreme.
Didn't ask for a lecture on probability. Need a simple answer. Yes or no.
I vow that not a hair on her head shall come to any harm.
Got serious reservations about this
On
plan.
powiedział, że nie jest zły, tylko
At least
impulsywny.
among them, we have no idea where Siana's being held. You heard the Duchess. She's not at the prison.
Hardly a reservation. More of an excuse. I'm certain you'll find her. You must merely decide you wish to.
Could ask Damien. Duchess treats him like a lapdog. Keeps him close most times. He might know something more.
There, you see? I knew you'd think of something. Bravo. I trust I've dispelled your doubts, then.
Not so fast. We're not done talking. How would I go about luring Dettlaff out of hiding if I wanted to? With the blood of a virgin?
You see,
A, to jeszcze wszystkie mogę. To dobrze, bo myślałem, że już jakieś decyzje podjąłem.
Ancient and powerful vampires. Among the oldest and strongest.
And?
Tusa is this unseen...
Ja raczej obejrzę, wiesz.
All vampires owe
Albo przeczytam na
while
wiki
they're
po prostu.
here. He need but say the word, designate a time and place, and Dettlaff will be forced to appear.
So this unseen elder, how do we convince him to summon Dettlaff?
We must find him first. The Elder does not see arrivals unless he absolutely must. But locals, Oriana, for instance, you know, she too is
Yeah, figured it out. All right, let's say she gets me in to see the unseen elder. What then?
I don't know. You'll have to improvise, I suppose.
So I'm basically stuck. Either gotta give in to a blackmailer, or fight him.
You know what I would opt for. Should we free Siana and arrange for her to meet with Dettlaff, there's a good chance we'll all survive this ordeal. Dettlaff included.
Regis, don't mean to put you on the spot, but I gotta know. Say I do decide to fight Dettlaff. Who'll you stand with?
Should you decide your sword is the sole solution, I shall not stand in your way.
Appreciate it.
Certainly hope so. Now, please tell me, what is it you intend to do?
No idea. Need to think.
Not an easy choice. Understood. Permit me to leave you to wrestle with this dilemma. I'm needed in the city. I cannot stop what is happening, but I can try to limit the number of victims. Once you've decided and learned something, perhaps, whisper a word to the Ravens. I shall find you.
Generalnie to oni próbują jak tylko mogą, ale to ciężko przedstawić to w jakikolwiek sposób, że ten, który w tej chwili atakuje całe miasto, jest też ofiarą, tak? To po prostu no, tak nie działa koniec końców. Po prostu zdaje się być absurdalne, jak oni tak gadają.
Best cure for the beast, a witcher.
Znaczy, to Regis mówi, że nie powinniśmy tam... Chwila, czosnek odniosę. Że nie powinniśmy go zabijać, tak? Mówię, że jak Kolo tutaj przyjechał i dlatego, że nie chcą mu dać jego ukochanej, czy tam byłej ukochanej, morduje ludzi na lewo i prawo, to jest ciężko jakąkolwiek sympatię do niego mieć. Bo dzisiaj ukochana, a jutro mu możemy kamyczek wpaść do buta i może stwierdzić, że znowu chce rozwalić całość, rozumiesz? Nie, ja mówię, że oni próbują to tak zrobić jako jakiś tragiczny wybór, a w praktyce to tak trochę ciężko. Ale fakt... Dziwię się, że nikt nie wspomniał o tym, że ta Syana sama chciała do niego pójść. To już byłby lepszy argument, nie? Chyba coś aktywowałem w kości, bo jeden mi się zmienił na Kill the Vampire. Ale trudno. Nie no, on się sam tak jawi, bo jest pisany przez twórców gry, nie? Kurwa. Muszę to zrobić, naprawdę. A, dobra, już rozumiem, co chodziło. Myślałem, że mówisz, że ten Detlaf się tam robi na tego złego. Po co łykać jaskółkę, jak wiem, że mi nic nie zdadzą? Kurwa, czerwony dragon, niesamowite.
In a hurry to get somewhere?
Very much so. Now be kind enough to step aside.
Chaos in the city. Know what's going on?
Naturally. It's rather irritating.
Bloodbath in the streets. That's irritating? I'd probably use a stronger term.
Well, you know, I'm getting on in years. Not easily impressed. Takes a bit more to get me worked up.
Yeah, I suppose empathy's not something I associate with vampires.
I suspected you would guess.
Wasn't hard. Not like you tried hard to hide it.
Should I have?
Well, I am a witcher.
And thus my foe?
That depends entirely on you. Need to, see you're unseen. Convince him to stop Dettlaff. Heard you could help me with that.
My. It seems my dear Regis needs to be reprimanded. He's become rather indiscreet. And you, there are simpler ways to commit suicide. A number of bridges you could jump off, for instance.
Just want to talk to him.
Talk. Lovely. He'll rend your head from your neck. Make shreds of you before you can open your mouth.
Let me worry about that. Willing to do it or not?
I too would prefer a city calmed, but to reveal so dear a secret to a witcher. Know what? Come with me. I must tend to a certain matter. Then we'll talk.
If I was talking to a human now, I'd say that every moment we delay brings another death. Thing is, doubt that moves you at all.
Frankly, not in the least.
What the fuck?
Where are we going?
Not far.
Geralda. To może
You see,
Geralda
I
jest tutaj
maintain a
wampirem
kind
jednak.
of shelter
Skoro
just
przechodzi
outside
przez drzwi.
Beauclair. An orphanage, to be precise. I've heard the birds whisper. They claim a terrible thing's happened there. Under the present circumstances, I must treat this seriously. I'm sure you understand.
Perfectly. Let's go.
Maksymalny level jest 50?
Must cost a small fortune maintaining this place.
What can I do? I have a weakness for children.
Meaning?
Meaning that I... Wait. Smell that?
Blood.
A, dobrze wiedzieć.
Arno! Arno!
Nie kojarzę takiego questa.
Arno!
Please.
What happened? Where's Arno? Speak.
Shh. Oh, the monster will come.
To coś zmieniasz tutaj?
Monster? What monster?
Big, with the teeth and...
And what?
This is pointless. Won't tell us anything in his condition.
Pytam się, czy ten quest coś zmienia w głównym questie. Ten, o którym ty mówisz. No nie wiem, może być tak, że sidequest wpływa na główny wątek, nie?
Speak. What happened here?
I was so scared. So scared.
Of what?
Ah,
You can
okay.
tell us. Take your time.
I woke up because of the bells. Then the screams. I pulled the quilt over my head so I wouldn't hear. But they were so loud. And something began pounding on the roof. Boom, boom, louder and louder. Then Uncle Arno came and said, "Sit quiet, real quiet. Shh, shh, and you'll be all right."
The horse son abandoned them, left them and ran away.
Who's this Arno?
The Guardian. He ran the orphanage with his wife, for a generous fee. I don't see them, can't hear or smell them either. They fled, left the children behind as bait.
Uncle Arno told us to be quiet as mice, and the monster wouldn't come, but it did. It came.
What happened then?
Bartes, Neve, Mora, and some others. They ran out. My sister Anna and me. We hid right here in the room. But Anna
She began to cry. I covered her mouth, whispered, shh, shh, shh. Held her long, till she stopped.
You mean to say you...
Drop it. Think I know enough.
As do I. Something killed my children. I'll stay with the boy. He shouldn't be left alone again. You track down this scum. Bring me its head and I'll help you with the unseen.
Boy's hurt. Wounds need dressing.
Not to worry. I'll see to it.
You sure? Got a lot of practice, just need a few minutes to...
Go!
Fine. See if I can't find a lead.
Excellent. Go on, get to work.
Powiem tak, ten quest to tak trochę z dupy jest. Przynajmniej na razie się tak wydaje.
Come, little one. I'll sing to you.
Was asleep in midst the trees, bats all a-swaying in the breeze. But one soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags and wraiths.
Jak zaczęła, to już się tak powiedzieć, że fałszuje trochę.
Paw prints. Bipedal beast. Walks hunched over. Wounds are smooth-edged. Claws cut through cleanly. Young, thin bones offered little resistance. Beast killed the children, but didn't eat them. Something scare it off? Or grab its attention? Sliced aorta. Fang marks alongside. But they're old, scarred over. Smells not blood. Need to investigate.
Sniff, sniff.
Gunk. Is that venom? Narrows the list of suspects. Venom glands, long claws, a bloodsucker. Must be a Garcane, a pack leader, an alpha. With Garcane's killing's a pleasure. Kids just whet its appetite. Must have gone after the Guardians to merge. Wonder if the beast caught up. Roach.
Wąpierz. Dziwne są te wampiry w Wiedźminie.
Drove off the road. Horses must have gotten spooked.
No wiesz, to trudno było wyłączyć NPC-ów na tę niedawną noc. W ogóle czas widzę, już nie pokazuje godziny w ogóle, czyli jest zatknięty w jednym na jednej godzinie.
Wounds are bad. At least it didn't suffer long. Shredded her, then licked up her blood. Every last drop. Garcane needed its fill here. Probably holed up nearby to digest.
Oczywiście. Jak tak można nie lecieć? Kurna, chciałem mu skuszyć trzasnąć, ale Geraldo stwierdził, że on woli mieć cutscenkę. No i widzisz, trzeba go skuszyć trzasnąć, a nie pozwolić mu się obudzić.
Come on.
Dobra, powiem, że bossy się znowu trochę zdegenerowały. Generalnie gałka do przodu, kwadrat, unik i to wszystko. Dobra, pominiemy to. Zapiszmy. No nie, bo będzie wolniej. No żok. To ci mówię, że nieskończoną staminę dodali w patchu. Zanim ja na potkę wsiądę, zanim ona się wyjedzie jakieś drzewo. Albo w to. Zatem mogę biec na przełaj Geraltem też. Nie muszę schodzić z konia, żeby tutaj się wspiąć. Przecież nie możemy pozwolić na to, żeby ostatni dzieciak się zmarnował.
Release him. Now.
I thought it would take you longer.
It will. Still not done. Got one more thing to tend to. You. The orphanage. Your wine cellar, right? A larder for blood.
I never said I helped these children out of the kindness of my heart.
Go outside, little man, and lock the door behind you.
No, don't hurt her. Lady Oriana took care of us. She took us off the street, brought us sweets, sang to us. Leave her be.
You see, Witcher? The world's not black and white. It's shades of all kinds. I drank from the children, true, but never so much as to kill. And I gave them a great deal in return.
Dobra, za sekundę wracam. Dobra, jedziemy.
I run into dilemmas all the time. Situations where it's hard to judge, hard to know what's right, make a decision. This is not one of them. You disgust me and deserve to die.
But?
I'm in a hurry and you're hiding behind a child. So you'll live this time. I'm letting you.
A nie dałem ci
Did what
wyboru,
you
bo jest
asked.
zbyt dobrym questodajem.
Slaughter's the work of a Garcane, one of those summoned by Dettlaff. Probably supposed to attack the city. Children sent lured it here.
Yes, it carries quite a way. Its sweetness teases the nose, gets the mouth watering.
Unseen Elder. Where'll I find him? Talk.
His lair lies west of the city, across the lake. Look for a cave near the shoreline, and this stone will open a hidden door.
Not gonna take me there?
I visit the Elder only when I absolutely must. You'll know why once you meet him.
I'll come back for you one day. You realize that, right?
Then I shall keep an eye out for you.
Time to summon Regis. Slip a word to the birds, he said.
To co, nie mamy już wyboru teraz? Muszę z Zekisem pogadać.
So, I'll be at the boat landing near the palace, waiting for Regis there. Mind telling him?
I co? Okej. Zostałem, bo nie wiedziałem... wiesz, to nieważne. Spokojnie, zaraz już będę. Jezus, co ma spierdoliło do tego? Kurwa, to się wydaje, że ma takie super moce, a w praktyce mój rol wystarczy, żeby się jej pozbyć. Bo ona się zdeagruje prędzej czy później. Teraz spróbuję się tepnąć. A, wyłączone, dobrze wiedzieć. Ciekaw jestem, czy nie szybciej byłoby wczytać się za niego save'a. Mam nadzieję, że GPS mnie prowadzi gdzieś na manowce. Bo w tej grze to chyba nigdy nie wiadomo. Ja chyba idę do Wilkenku. Nie wiem, tylko idę przez dlaczego idę przez jakiś ogród. Do doków.
You've met with Oriana. How did it go?
Not well.
Oh. Did she not divulge where you might find the unseen?
No, she did. Also divulged her hunger for the blood of small children.
Oh, I admit I'd heard rumors, but preferred to lend them no credence.
Rather not talk about it. Caves west of town, other side of the lake. That's where we need to go.
I see. Well, I'm prepared to set out at any time, but...
Yeah, I know. You'd still prefer to free Siana, for Dettlaff's sake.
For the sake of you both.
Oh, please. Orphanage, what happened there? His fault, plain and simple. City gutters are overflowing with blood. That's his doing too. And you're worried somebody might have hurt his feelings?
To meet the unseen elder is to face mortal danger. I've said so all along and never in jest. You are a friend, a dear friend. I'd rather you not risk your neck unnecessarily. I think it's natural, I think it's obvious. Obviously natural. Especially when we've an alternative. An entirely reasonable one.
Ja zrobię same. Wolę nie budzić jakiegoś mrocznego
Cthulhu. If we can even figure out where she's being held, because...
I've looked into it already.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I managed to convince Damien to help us. He claims Siana was last seen in the palace playroom.
A playroom? For children? What did the Duchess do, lock her in a dollhouse?
Perhaps, I don't know. We must see for ourselves. Come. Here, the playroom's...
Careful!
I suggest we postpone any further discussion.
A, dobra.
Locked. Of course. Regis. Rather not have a fist fight with this door.
Co takiego robił Damian?
Not at all.
Thanks.
At your service.
Utter silence. No one here.
We should look around at least.
Bo rozumiem, że jak idziesz, możesz pójść albo do Oriana, albo do Damiana, tak? Nie, to by nie miało... A nie, miałoby sens, dobra.
Well. A key tucked behind a picture.
I suppose it wasn't
a tin knight.
More searching and less chatting, Geralt, please.
Miniature tableware. And plush toys. Cute. Nothing under the carpet.
Did you expect something? Apart from the dust?
The Land of 1,000 Fables. Interesting. Medallions vibrating. The Land of 1,000 Fables. Interesting. Medallions vibrating. What the... Found a notebook. Property of Isabelle de Roquefort, court governess. The notes of Siana and Anna Henrietta's governess when they were little.
I'm not sure it will help, but I suppose there's no harm in leafing through them.
Siana gave me a drawing today.
Charming.
Of freshly decapitated bodies covered in blood.
Perhaps not so much.
I asked her why ever she would draw such a thing. Her Highness claimed it was a rendering of nightmares which have plagued her for as long as she can remember. Siana does wake up screaming nearly every night, save when she shares a bed with Henrietta. Curse of the Black Sun. Supposedly girls afflicted by it had horrible dreams. Kind of horrible that made some of them go mad. The girls quarreled today. I must note rather sadly they did not behave as befits future ladies. The incident devolved into fisticuffs. Anna Henrietta was first to strike her sister. Siana gave back as good as she'd gotten. By the time I separated them, Henrietta had lost 2 teeth. She ran off to complain to her parents. His Grace the Duke refused to believe my version of events. He laid all the blame on Siana and vowed to punish the little one harshly. Henrietta did her best to have her sister's sentence commuted, but the Duke and Duchess proved unbending.
Czy to jest jakaś ciekawostka po prostu?
Black sheep, it's so hard to shed that reputation.
Bo ja nie chcę jakoś tam wybitnie iść, ale jeżeli to jest coś, co zmienia zakończenie tam w jakiś znaczny sposób, że cię każą za bycie niekonsekwentnym.
Today I accompanied the girls for the first time to the Land of 1,000 Fables. We spent half the day there. First we played with Thumbelina, then with Barbarossa, who proved quite the charmer for a brigand and pirate.
I'm beginning to suspect Isabelle de Roquefort wrote in her diary after taking a powerful hallucinogenic. Cannabis rudularis, for instance, or...
Shh, don't interrupt. I tip my cap to Master Artorius Figo for his achievement. He has proved he has no equal in the arcane arts.
Wait.
Dobra, czyli tylko są jakieś ciekawostki, tak? To nie ma nic, co było. Mogę sobie obejrzeć na necie w tom, to nie jest problem.
Artorius was the
No
court
to
mage
jedziemy.
here, a specialist in illusions, which means...
Regis, last warning. Stop interrupting or I'll seat you in the corner. The girls told me if I ever wish to visit alone, I need but crack open the Land of 1,000 Fables and utter out loud the incantation, Expecto Ludum.
A book as the key to an illusion. My, this grows more interesting by the minute.
Mages sent by the Conclave arrived today. They came to examine Siana. I cannot know what conclusions they drew, but His Grace now seems clearly upset.
Curse of the Black Sun. There's no doubt then that she was diagnosed with the syndrome symptoms.
Or had that label planted on her. It goes on. I dared ask the Duke what would become of the girl. He did not reply. I tutored the girls in Nilfgaardian today. Siana applies herself so, though she has great difficulty memorizing new vocabulary. Lady Honorrietta seems more gifted in this regard, yet also prone to impish behavior. When she thought me out of earshot, she called me a blood accuser. She and Siana
A
laughed
co
so
okaże się,
hard
że
they
to tak
almost
naprawdę Anna była tą
Blood is
przeklętą?
damned or cursed. What's Kusa?
In the melodious tongue of our none too friendly neighbors to the south, the word describes the many-petaled flower that blooms in that place we so unmelodiously call the crotch.
Okej, dobra, przeczytałem to, co zapisałeś.
Realize this might sound improbable, but maybe, just maybe,
Zobaczę potem najwyżej jeszcze na YouTube.
Henrietta tossed Siana into that illusion.
Not impossible. She would be safe there, and isolated. We must see.
Swear I saw that book somewhere.
Ty w ogóle tego nie robiłeś, to jest teraz?
Is it? Let's see.
Aha, myślałem, że przyszedłeś, dobrze.
Expecto Ludum.
A, dobra, rozumiem.
Regis? Regis!
Zapisałeś oba, tak?
Land of 1,000 Fables. Incredible. Let's see where this road takes me.
Mówię o samych zakończeniach, a nie o tym, żeby przejść do Oriany.
So powerful there's no way to dispel it.
Wow, jak to dało się bić. Fuck.
Show me what you got.
Follow Yellow Brick Road? To nie jest nawiązanie do tego? Do Czarnoksiężnika z Krynas?
Playground for two little girls. Something's not right.
Bloody hell, let him out!
Voices.
He gobbled up my children!
A Czarny Kapitelek już był w innym sidequestie, tak nie wolno.
Then you open it.
Now, who's this? A lost traveler? What's supposed to be here, sweetie? Why, you're old. Old and pale. But never worry. A bit of butter, a bit of spice, and you'll make a tasty morsel. Just as soon as I catch you.
You cannot talk of the fear of your magical plants.
Hang your head from my saddle.
Kornek.
That soup smells more vile than a rotten carcass. Careful she doesn't douse you. Seems you're having a tough go of it, Witcher.
Dobra, czyli trzeba zabić te acy, to ona przytywa i ona wtedy może spaść. Kurna, myślałem, że zdążyłem. Ja chciałbym, że masz tylko jedną szansę. Dobra, sidestep działa na wszystko.
What the hell was that?
The Wicked Witch. Heard of her, haven't you? Now, where did you put that key?
Listen, how'd you come by a weapon?
It's Prince Charming's. He no longer needs it. Here it is.
Thank you. She'd have baked me for certain if you'd not... Sienna? Is that you?
It's been years, Jack.
Have you come to play?
No, I just want your beans, so you can breathe easy.
Get on.
Beans? What beans?
Beans?
Try not to interrupt. Well, Jack, where are they?
Sienna, I'm sorry, but I haven't got them.
Oh, Something tells me you're lying. Perhaps you wish to play the old games after all, hmm? This little piggy went to market. This little piggy went home, for instance.
I'm telling the truth. I swear it. Henrietta, she ordered them buried all over so you wouldn't be able to leave.
Where?
I don't know. But Joss, the boy with the thing for wolves, he should know. He sticks his nose in everyone's affairs.
He had better know. Because if not, I'll find you and we'll have ourselves a little talk. Understand? Now shoo! Ah, all right. So why is it you're here?
Żeby cię wydostać.
Came to free you.
Nice of you, but a waste of your effort. I plan to free myself.
You might not. Bound to be easier with my help, as our most recent adventure amply showed.
Mm-hmm. Yet I still don't know why you even give a damn.
It's Dettlaff. He's trying to force Anna Henrietta's hand. Wants her to release you. Summoned monsters to attack Beauclair.
Sounds like Dettlaff, all right. But I doubt you came all this way just to bring me up to speed on current events. So get to the point, please.
Isn't it obvious? Offering to be your ally. We both want you out of here. You because you want your freedom back. Me because as soon as you meet with Dettlaff, he'll put an end to the chaos in the city.
You exposed me. I landed in prison because of you. Now you come to beg my help, I dare say. My life is full of surprises, isn't it? Well, normally I'd tell you to sod off. But, from what you say, folk are dying who have nothing to do with this. Not part of the plan. Dettlaff was only to kill those who deserved it. No one else. Fine, Witcher. I accept your offer. Consider us allies. Shake on it.
This place. Tell me something more. It's an illusion, right?
Yes. Created by Arturius Vigo. Anna Henrietta and I would come here to play out scenes from our favorite fables.
Which didn't seem like she was playing.
Magical entropy. Without maintenance, the spell gradually disintegrates over time. It grows wild.
Your sister chose a dangerous place for your prison.
It's deceptive. Provided I don't provoke them, the fairy tale characters don't attack me. But you don't belong here. So you had best be on your watch.
Since you brought it up, the knights Dettlaff killed. What exactly did they do to you? Crespi, Dulac, Lacroix, Peyrac Peyran?
Not a memory I enjoy revisiting, but I suppose you deserve to know. When my parents disowned me, they ordered those very knights to escort me beyond the duchy's borders. All did so without uttering a single word in my defense.
Like you said, they had their orders.
Mm-hmm. But Crespi was not ordered to beat me unconscious with a horsewhip after my first attempt at escape. And Dulac had no instructions to deny me food and abuse me. I learned something then. Knights are not so chivalrous when no one's watching.
Sorry, but that's no excuse.
I didn't tell you so you would pardon me. I was only hoping you would understand.
Curse of the Black Sun. That's why you were banished, right?
Mm-hmm. Twisted princesses, mutants. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Even met one of you. Renfri of Craden.
And? Was she truly monstrous?
She was cruel, that's certain. But what caused it? The curse or what she went through? Asking myself to this day.
You killed her, didn't you?
Had no choice.
Funny. Mum said the same when she tossed me out of the house.
So, what's with the beans? Mind explaining?
The beans.
Certainly. But gird yourself with patience. There are two ways out of this land. My darling sister blocked one when she tossed me in here. The other's up there, in the clouds. She made it hard, but not impossible to access by concealing the beans.
Still don't understand.
Don't fret, just listen. That boy, that was Jack, of
Nie
Beanstalk
interesują mnie
fame.
tylko da beans.
You know the tale?
Jack climbed a gigantic beanstalk to a giant's castle, high up in the clouds.
As we shall do if we can just find those blasted beans. There are 3. 1 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow.
Stalk won't sprout from just one?
No, because it must transpire exactly as it did in the tale. Clear now? So we must find Joss. Perhaps he will be able to help us. You lead. Joss can usually be found wandering the glade at the foot of the mount. It's some distance from here, past the witch's house to the right. So, what exactly is happening in the city?
Bloodshed, a massacre, which is why we gotta hurry.
You needn't fret. Time flows differently in the fabled sphere. We can stay here a week, outside near
Ale jak to nic z nich nie wypada?
Oh, unicorns! We must catch them. We won't have to walk everywhere then. I call the pink one. Exciting, isn't it? Reminds me of my childhood.
Reminds me of something altogether different. Rather not.
Kurwa, czemu mam tyle hapsa? Zdecydowanie za dużo. Dobra, przynajmniej, że to esencję nie może użyć.
Relax, it's over.
No, it's not. There's more. Another wolf behind you. Ignore him. He always lies.
Aha. Boy who cried wolf. Still does, I suppose. And doesn't, when they actually appear.
The one and only. Listen, you little chit. Jack said you know what's become of his 3 beans. I don't know anything! Not one thing, and besides, watch out! Wolves!
This'll be interesting. Right, let's get to it. Let's say for a minute you know what happened to the red bean. Where wouldn't it be?
For certain, no one swallowed it. Oh no, definitely not that. Of course not. But say someone didn't. Who would it be that didn't swallow it? A human. The most humany human in the land of 1,000 fables. Everyone! Wolves! Run!
Bet you haven't heard what happened to the blue bean. Maybe? Not at all? Right?
I've heard it lies about somewhere, out in the open.
Just like that? No one guarding it?
Nobody! 3 times over! Help! Wolves!
Yellow bean. Don't know a thing about it, right?
It's somewhere very, and I mean very deep. So deep, in fact, it's completely underground. And who has it? A bold farmhand, who in no way and not at all awaits someone. Not in the slightest. Good folk! Wolf! Say that word one more time and I'll chop you up. Feed you to the fishes. Understood?
All right, we should go.
Watch out for wolves!
Tough to talk to, that one.
Was it, though? You need merely remember he always lies. Or more precisely, reverses the truth.
Where to now?
I'm not sure. We should visit some of the other fables. The meaty ones, that is. Perhaps then Joss's hints will make more sense. It's just a few. Red Riding Hood, piglets and bears, 3 of each. And Goldilocks, of course. Then Longlocks, and a little lass who sells flint.
Ah, fine. Let's get to work. Incredible. You must have loved this place.
I did at first. But children get bored quickly. Even tea parties with a whole cackle of princesses eventually turn dull and routine.
What did you do then?
Dropped a duck egg in the swan's nest once. That sort of thing. Stole the princess. Sleeps to this day, I think.
Three bears.
3 stools, 3 beds, 3 bowls.
One a bit too big, the other too small, the third just right.
Ugly end. Stop prodding me and find the beans.
Blonde curls. Rest of the body's too mutilated. Hard to say anything.
She got what she deserved, as I see it. Always took what she wanted without asking.
No bean here. Gotta keep looking. Hello? Can we talk?
Schwumbroch, my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank with Redbeard. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been. You've changed.
Whereas you, not at all, big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running with the wrong crowd.
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. But, what brings you?
You could always have a drink with us.
Oh, what now? Not on your life. I can barely stand, I'm so hungover.
You know what they say about the hair of the dog?
Out of the question. And why must you drink? Do you wish to drown some sorrow? And I don't mean to pry, but you don't look much like a young duchess to me.
They stripped me of my title and birthright, then banished me. A family spat, let's say.
Listen, looking for magic beans. Seen any?
I was given one for safekeeping, but...
Where is it? Talk!
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, I can be much louder than this. And resort to other means of persuasion.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy. The thing is, little Red Riding Hoods popped her clogs.
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks, and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided to repay the little imp for all her loving labor. Who now what's at the bottom of the well? She and the hunter, which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk to you. Not about beans, nor anything else. So leave me be. Sod off.
Tak, to jest francuski wilkołak. Le French.
Wolf's pretty cranky.
Surprised? Think about it. He was cast in the role of the Nemesis without ever asking for it. It's a dog's life, I tell you.
So,
Ach, te teksty
what now?
tutaj.
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood. A piece of apparel, that is. Not the poor girl's corpse.
That's a relief.
You wish to help me? Here's your chance. Jump in the well and fish it out. Well, chop chop.
Dobra.
All right. Time to jump in the
Muszę
well.
2 minutki skoczyć. Dobra, jedziemy. Zupełnie jak w tym questie na początku gry. Nie ma identycznego wygląda. A, dobra, one były jako pojedyncze zwłoki.
Any luck?
Yep, look what I got.
That would never fit you. Give it to me.
Jak to? Kurde, miałem nadzieję na Geralta
How
w
do I
przedaniu.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the granddaughter.
Mm-hmm. And you, the hunter.
A, to będę musiał go zabić jeszcze.
You again? I thought that was clear. I will not talk to you if little Red Riding Hood is not with you.
Not a problem. Sienna can take her place.
What? Very well. It's not as if I can forbid you. Granddaughter, come closer, sweetie.
But, Grandmama, what big eyes you have.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, what big arms you have.
The better to embrace you with, my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have. Eh?
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Nie wiem, mam nadzieję, że ją połknie. Ciągle się nacinam na tym, że nie mam mapy dostępnej. Dobra, jest. Ale on zasuwa.
Remember what Joss said about the red bean. A human has it, and he definitely didn't swallow it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta open his belly. Bottle caps, fake teeth, a corkscrew. Ah, here it is. Red bean.
Well then, one step closer to our goal.
What?
Now, I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed away your curiosity. Are you really not interested in what happened? In what became of me after they cast me out?
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear the rest.
Uzależniona od dawania mi exposition.
They had escorted you out of the duchy.
Yes, and the noble knights of Toussaint, I didn't stop until we reached the Ketdu wilderness. They left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress, right when the frosts were setting in. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die of hunger. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light among the trees. A campsite. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me, or both.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in shining armor. They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly. Eventually, I became their leader. Of the whole ragged band.
Should have stayed there, maybe.
Perhaps. Perhaps I should have forgotten everything, started a new life. But you know what? There came a point when I thought, you wanted a monster. Then a monster you shall get.
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging minstrels on down bedding.
She wasn't the one to banish you.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her because she forgot about me. Right. We've had our chat. Come.
Did you like Anna Henrietta?
Do you jest? I adored her. My darling little sis. So adorable. So sweet. Yet when they banished me from the palace, she didn't so much as peek out of the window.
She might not have known. Maybe just couldn't.
And could she also not grant me amnesty when she was crowned? Please. Oh, the three little pig songs. You know the story, don't you? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Looks like Big Bad's already blown down the houses of straw and sticks. Rick's the only one left.
We should look inside. With Joss's words.
One being lies out in the open, guarded by three nobodies. Yeah, it could be it.
Oh, Pomboch, they didn't like that.
Rozsierdziałem świnki. Kurna, biją mocniej niż wilk.
The big bad witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got a beam.
It cannot be.
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Why so shocked?
Well, when you arrived, all you did was pout and mumble things in that graphically monotone. And now this. A jest. And a good one at that. But here we are chatting away when there's work to do. We must keep looking. So, you like it here?
No. Got a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh?
Zima.
Tobacco of the highest caliber. Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fistek?
What tale are you from?
Sold flints when I was a lass, but no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things. What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no. But maybe you'd like some.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's mine.
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders keepers, sweetheart.
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from Arturius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, You're scaring away my customers.
Kot w butach.
Give Sienna the ribbon. Why not, huh?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, of course. For all else, you've got to pay.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. A round of cards?
Zajebie. Idź, spierdolę.
I'll pay you for the ribbon. This enough?
It's enough. Now go away.
Złe zakończenie będzie, tak myślałem.
All right. Tell me.
What?
What you want in return. You're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Zapierdolę, maska mu zniknęła na chwilę, aż się z powrotem pojawiła, nie wiem czy to widziałeś. Czy to jest oczywiste, że to coś zmienia? Więc nie powiedziałbym, że nie oczywiste. Ale jak to robisz w innej kolejności, to myślę, że możesz to łatwo... nie ten... nie... ominąć po prostu.
In the possession of a bold farmland somewhere deep beneath the ground. Yes, this must be it. Let's go. It's always grapple up her braid in the past, but I don't see it anywhere.
We'll find another way up. Could pull
Się
myself
boję, co
up
z tą
here,
dziewczyną będzie.
and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here if it's all the same. Climbing is not my strong suit.
No mów, żeby nie był za duży spoiler. Dobra, to nic nie ma. To ona stanie się wampirem? Ciekawe. Czemu ja myślałem, że ona umiera? O, no tak.
Too late!
Come on.
Boże, chyba akcent. Czekaj, ja chcę się jej przyjrzeć, bo ona... O mój Boże. Wydawstwo. No, ale oni mi życie przywracają. Padają na fitę. Dobra, ja zgaduję, że to jest ten... Spectre. No, dokładnie. Geralt, nie napierdaj w ścianę, dzięki. No! Dlatego ja mówię, że ten lokon czasami jest nawet zjebany. On zaczyna napierdalać w ścianę. Teraz potwory. A dobra, to muszę jakoś sprytnie zrobić, bo ona się leczy. O fuck, whatever. Dobra, nie wiem o co chodziło, po prostu brutalną siłą to wszystko zrobiłem. Dabin.
There it is. What a stump to climb all that way for nothing.
Tak myślałem, że trzeba będzie coś zrobić. No, nawiązanie do asesyna widzę.
So?
Got the bean, but Longlocks. Seems she got sick of waiting for a knight in shining armor.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and fops all.
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Dettlaff was a tool, and only a tool.
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now it's his turn.
To use him? Was that your plan from the start?
No. At first I was simply intrigued. Do you know the story? It was in Metina, a few years past. I'd gone there to pass some loot off to a fence I know. We were hashing out the terms when in walked Dettlaff. He said he'd come to sell a silver candlestick, and gripped it through a cloth. That caught my eye. I followed him out, observed him from a distance, but he caught on quickly.
Yeah, superhuman senses will do that.
He turned down a blind alley. I followed. He jumped out from behind a crate, baring his teeth. I suppose he'd wanted to frighten me.
Wiesz co, jak pierwszy raz się z nim biłem, to on mnie zabił na 2 hity.
I'm a monster too, am I not?
Tylko nie wiedziałem, że to można wygrać, szczerze mówiąc.
Don't know if that's brave or just plain foolish.
I've always had a way with ostensibly dangerous.
Potem sprawdziłem, na wieki było, że to można wygrać.
It's supposed to be about me too?
Oh, brother, I hate to disappoint you, Geralt, but your belly button is not the center of the known
Ja już nie
world.
przeczytywałem tego generalnie. Stwierdziłem, że trudno o dostępu do Peter Stan.
Stifling all emotions inside you, ever feigning indifference. You see, when I met Dettlaff, somehow I knew, call it intuition, that he meant me no harm, that he was trying to frighten me off, for he too was scared. Now do you understand?
Wiem. Domyślałem się.
I guess. What happened then?
We talked, then met up once, twice, 3 times. Enough that he became infatuated. I truly enjoyed it at first, but only at first. He did not love like a man, but like an animal, madly, deeply, unconditionally, wildly. To return such a feeling, anyone would be hard-pressed, let alone someone as twisted as I am.
So there came a day you just up and disappeared.
Yes, there was no other way. Let's just be friends, or I don't deserve you. He'd never have understood that sort of
Tak,
thing.
wstążka.
But then, once I decided to return, clean up some old affairs, I remembered him and concluded he could still be of use.
Playing with fire, that.
Definitely. And either I'll get burned or I'll burn all else down. No other options.
Got a history with Dettlaff now, so this meeting will be different. Not afraid?
I can handle him.
Mm-hmm. Sure about that?
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. I know what he's really like. You needn't worry. It's time to go. Just a bit more work and we'll be able to say sort off to this fecking fable sphere.
Fecking.
Now we must plant them by the path near Longlock's tower. Then prepare to meet the giant.
Sorry, ale nie będę robił. A, kurna, to jest tutaj. Jezu, ile ich jest. Nie zwracałem uwagi, szczerze mówiąc. Ważne, że jak to kliknę i ginie, to ja nie zwracam uwagi większej. Ale możliwe, że to mam tę animację. Myślę, że ja rozróżniam od obcych nekerów. Jedno i drugie pada jak nie na parze. Pewnie nawet X pamiętają. Time for the bean.
Wait!
Why?
This stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful. All right, toss them!
Fire in the hole. Geralt to przeżyje? Kurde, ładnie to wygląda tutaj.
Something's always gotta go.
The home stretch.
Nie, mam nadzieję, że już nie będzie bydlaków z dużych. Kurde, Geralt w tej swojej pełnopłytowej zbroi. Oj, ale na tym napadzie to będzie cięższe niż na kąpy, wiesz? Dlatego, że na start można zabić oko, to widziałem, bo jest achievement za to. Ale za tego chyba nie ma.
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
Kurna, kolor wygląda trochę jak z Dark Soulsów. Zbroja mi się rozwala naprawdę. Jezus, wszystko inne nie jest w ogóle rozwalone, tylko ten pierśnik, jak to w ogóle działa w tej grze. Zakładam, że to jest Ogroid. Chyba na Ogroidy nie mam dobre te... No, już dobrze będzie. Trudno. Myślałem, że może jest, wiesz, jakiś bardzo szczodry ten... Proszę, wszystko to po prostu sidestepa generalnie. Tylko łatwo przyzwyczajenie przechodzi, a damage nie wchodzi. Nawet bez Quena to robię. Proszę sobie. Flawless. Nie, po prostu mam timing tak wyczuty. Idealnie. Nie wiem, ten wampir, z tym się byłem, był jeszcze słabszy na moje. Ten pod mostem. Nawet nie mam jakiegoś wybitnie dobrego miecza, ale mam jakieś gówno sprzed 5 poziomów pewnie.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor, getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
That's so? How? Plan to use me like you did Detloff?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I've no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
The fuck?
Another time, another place, maybe. No offense.
Nie dam się zgwałcić, jak po prostu.
None taken. You spoke clearly, you spoke honestly. It's fine.
Ale to będzie jeszcze gorsze zakończenie, widzę przez to.
Come. The exit's this way.
Szczerze mówiąc, wszyscy myślałem, że będzie coś z tyłu, że wiesz, musisz ją pocałować, żeby wydostać się stąd w ogóle. Ja, co? Gdzie ona jest? Sylwana? Strzeżem Sylwana. The fuck are you doing? Nie wchodź się zacięłaś.
Just curious. Why do you want the heart of Toussaint and the ducal line?
They were my right. My due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once.
No, zapiszmy.
Here, we need but jump into the well. You first.
No, ona robi mnie w konia pewnie. A może nie? Oj, dobra. Kurwa, przez te wszystkie sidequesty to całe księstwo już spłynęło chyba.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
Hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary. Thus, I knew where to await you. Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying manipulator you are?
Calm down, both of you.
But...
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this.
Co na knowie?
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Duntine.
No ja nie muszę jakoś wybitnie wcześniej jutro wstawać.
A ruin like any other, I think.
Więc generalnie chciałem to skończyć.
So aware. Honestly, what did Dettlaff ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
Zobaczymy. Ja, jeśli mam go bić godzinę, to raczej nie będę w ogóle go bił, tylko pójdę spać i dokończę to jutro.
It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when said ex is a vampire.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth?
Teraz na mnie wybierasz
I owe
presję,
him
tak.
this meeting. And that is that.
Let's get ready. Dettlaff will be here any moment now.
Dobrze, że mam plus 50% obrażeń do wampiry. W drugim zakończeniu też go się z nim bijesz na koniec? Czy z kimś innym? przewidzieć.
I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Dead love. It's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
What? But how?
The ribbon.
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled, Butcher!
O, to ciekawe. Aha. Dlaczego mi każe wybierać, którą broń? Tylko niczego. Wymainę chcemy. To, co dobry na wampiry chcemy. To nie. Z tego obecnie nie jest dobre. Możemy wziąć jakiś tylko okrzyk. Mam nadzieję, że nie to wykasuje mi tych podionów przed spodu cutscenki, bo będę zły. No, a co ty myślałeś, tak? Ty co jeszcze wpisywałeś? Serio? To bym nigdy tego nie robił, gdybyś musiał robić z tego. W trakcie gry, w trakcie walki. Nie z pauzy. Ciężko to wierzyć. Myślę, że po prostu nie znałeś przycisku od niego. Bo musisz wcisnąć inny przycisk, ja muszę wcisnąć niż ten. Niż do zakładania oleju. Ale możliwe, że to zmienili też w patchu. Aj, dobra. Wystarczy poznać jego ataki i tyle. Ciekawe, czy zapiszą mi mikstury. Och, naprawdę. Wy tak bez jaj. No, ostatnia walka w grze odpierdolili coś takiego. Vampire Oil. To mnie nie interesuje. To na pewno. To też. Wyvern. Chyba wszystko. Tak, właśnie miałem zamiar to zrobić. Dobra. To musiało być to, bo... Okej.
I want just the last. You tricked me. Both of you.
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence!
Nie wiem, ulepszyć sobie zbroję czy coś jeszcze. Tą najtrudniejsza walka, chociaż w sumie nie wiem. Czasami jest tak, że opcjonalne bossy są 10 razy trudniejsze niż w fabule. Naprawdę mi się tego powinno być na trudno.
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
Chyba w walce zostanie nam problem z tym, że nie widać ile, czy on jest lakonowany czy nie. Totalnie jest lakonowany. Generalnie jedna ze świętych zasad Wiedźmina 3. Bijemy 3 razy. Dobra, ja muszę tutaj spróbować rolować. Niestety. On robi atak z tego, z nietoperzy. Tak, nie wyszło. Tak, jednak nie. Tak się tego unika. Jak to się unika, to ta faza jest prosta.
I want just the last. You tricked me. Both of you.
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence!
Nie wiem, bo nie próbowałem jeszcze zwykłego bloku generalnie. Przecież do przodu trzeba ten. Jezu, ziomuś. Umieram. Blokiem się nie da, no tak myślałem. Ale to tam dziwne rzeczy się w tych grach robią. Spróbuję do przodu dodżować. Ale najgorsze jest to, że ja go nie widzę, wiesz? Po prostu on jest, nawet jeśli jest lokowany, to jest poza ekranem.
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
Dobra, do przodu też ten symbol. Po 4 razy nie mogę trafić. Dobra, teraz mnie zabiję. Jakby było, kiedy kamera nie leciała w dół. Bardzo ziemi nie chce zamiast. Okej, za wcześnie dodżowałem. No nie byłem tak blisko tylko. Pokażcie mi go. Za chwilę przerwę na miksturkę. Kurde, nie widzę moich statusów. Chyba to mi się skończyło. Teraz chyba... Tak, bardzo wcześnie. A, myślałem, że ma frame wtedy. Dobra, na razie jest jakiś progres nie był. Kurwa, wiesz. Nie chcę mi rzucać Quena od razu pójść spod ścianki, nie czaję tego. Każdego nie możesz zapominać. Dobra, muszę iść daleko. Dobra, zapomniałem, że aż tak blisko nie ma być. Naprawdę? Okej. Po prostu nie widzę, co się dzieje. Chciałem jeszcze tylko sprawdzić, czy mam broń lepszą. No, wieś mi. Co jest wina wersji, że nie mogę kamerą kontrolować po prostu?
Didn't plan any of it.
Troszeczkę, ale generalnie kamera, kiedy jest jeden przeciwnik, ona naprawdę nie powinna przeszkadzać. Jeśli ona jest za dużo w zastosowaniu ziemi, zamiast wroga. Kurwa, gówno. Nie czaję. Kurwa. Why am I doing this? Nie czaję, jak tego się unika. Mam wrażenie, że mam odporność na krwawienie i wszystkie pierdoły generalnie.
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence! What now, you piece of filth?
Teraz wstaję. Będę to równo stojąco. To znaczy, że jesteśmy poważni.
If you acknowledge any gods, start praying now.
Naprawdę. Pierdolę, on ma chyba tego kosmiczny zasięg. On się zaciął przecież. Oj, pomyliłem się miksem. Gotowy. Tak, jestem blisko. Tego bym się miksują, jak ja z nich nie korzystałem przez całą grę. Kurde, ale nic nie wierzę, że z tego Spire będzie. Kurwa. Wyczuwałem. Dobra, nie jest tak źle. Jeszcze jeden, dwa razy myślę. Jeśli nie zjebie do oczu, to będzie ok. Z tymi miksami to moje. Może nawet zabił to pierwszy test. Tym bonusem plus 60%. A wziąłem jakieś niebieskie gówno, które nic nie daje. Znaczy ja myślałem, że w ogóle go się nie da zabić. Czy on po prostu znika na chwilę?
If you acknowledge any gods, start praying now.
ciężkie jest. Dobra, ja mogę teraz spaść, bo zjebałem. Tak, zjebałem. Muszę się skupić.
Just the last. You tricked me. Both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence!
Są stoje jak lepiej.
If you acknowledge any gods, start praying now.
Generalnie zanubiłem go w taki sam sposób, jak zanubiłem całą grę. Cały czas tylko smowałem kółko i on nie był nic w stanie zrobić. Więc to poetyckie wręcz. A i moim zdaniem arena, tam gdzie było 5 vs 5, to była trudniejsza. Chyba więcej razy ją próbowałem. Mogę potem policzyć sobie z ciekawości. Bo kurna... Daj spokój. Tam to będzie gali od tyłu ciągle. Ja się wyciszyłem w pewnym momencie i zapomniałem się oczywiście odciszyć. No to myślę, że ten raz, nie? Ale ja nie wiem. Może dlatego, że mi kamera wariowała, czy co? Może kumiel słabe, może po prostu na hardzie jest dużo trudniejsza. Fajna walka. W miarę spokój. Chyba najlepszy boss w tej grze generalnie. Ile ci to zajęło, tak? Jak gdybym wtedy po prostu cały czas smało kółko, to kurna nie byłoby problemu. Biała walka. Nie pamiętasz?
Okay. My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available. And
No,
according
ona nie jest
to
aż
the
taka
best
ciężka.
tailoring practices.
Najgorsze było nauczyć się unikać tych
But
nietoperzy.
one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this.
No i mały cud, że nie wchodziłem w tego
Even the
kubska,
most
co on tam
exquisite
zostawiał.
robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an
Lepiej nie
event
patrzyłeś
shortly.
do przodu,
I
nie?
expect that's
No.
the source of his prickliness. So
Ja
try
nie
not to
mogłem
take
za
things
bardzo.
personally,
Znaczy,
Master
teoretycznie nie
Taylor.
wiem, co
Rather
mógłbym, ale...
pity him, for in
Musiałbym
truth,
wtedy na audio
stage
to wszystko
fright
robić.
overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of her Grace's Majesty.
As well he should. All
Kurna,
that being
kółkiem
as
go
it may,
zespamowałem.
Toussaint's highest
On
honor,
dosłownie
the
bił
Order
przeze mnie,
of
nie byłem w
Vitis
stanie
Vinifera,
zrobić.
demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refused to buy you a new outfit?
I get it,
Hardly.
Joe.
It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings
No,
instead.
tak myślałem, że będzie
I
stąd
trust you'll
biorę.
join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience.
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters, what's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue-loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city.
Złe zakończenie, bo pobrudzę ten, tak?
Promise to be careful.
Pobrudzę ciuchy.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Hrabina każe mi powiesić, tak?
Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Stary, już nie mam pieniędzy. Wydałem ostatnie grosze na zakupienie tamtej kupianej benzoeski.
A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that
Więc
wear
sobie
them.
zapłacę.
Clean boots, clean souls. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Kurno, dałem ci 300 sztuk złota, czy tam 400.
Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter.
Bloody
Look around
hell.
outside.
Muszę uważać, żeby się nie pobrudzić. Po schodach mów? No, ja się już zgubiłem. Dobra, gdyby Geralt teraz zginął.
What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen,
Calm, please. Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Nie, nie chcę się już bić.
Yes, we're running about that. Shut up and fight.
Szczególnie bez pancerza. Kurwa. No kurwa, ja pierdolę. Teraz muszę wczytać, bo inaczej będę brudny na tym. Która jest godzina? Ja pierdolę. Oj, Geraldo.
We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
Piękny Geraldo.
Eat, drink, and loosen your
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent... You to eat... The look down.
Jedziemy.
You'll never learn.
Dobrze, zdejmuję loży, to one nie będą żyć. Jak już zostanie jeden, to jest banał. Kurwa. Okej. Proszę. A, zaciął się. Muszę go stąd wyciągnąć jakoś. To jest mój sposób opatentowany.
Witcher! Fucking twit! Not a witcher!
Przy drugiej szczęścia, przy dobrym RNG to on mi spadnie, nie będzie się blokował. Okej.
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so
Jakie
much for
10
your
minut?
aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk.
Wciąż nie wiem, gdzie Milton uważał, że nie da się spamować ciężkiego ataku w walkach na pięści. A, dobra, do końca do tak. Myślałem, że te ziomki zajmą 10 minut.
But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the Bootblack in Rue de Garl.
The Bootblack? A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find it.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
Skipnę parę mniej znaczących tekstów i będzie ok. Kurna, facet, grubasy, bo facet sikał tam.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the Bootblack. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good.
I got one too. Gave it to the Bootblack. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you. Plain and simple.
Kurna, nie przyszedłem tutaj po to, żeby zostawić sobie rękę.
That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the Bootblack anyways. It's always muddy there.
Jestem ciekaw, jakie to ma zakończenia, te DLC. Co się dzieje, jak puszczasz wolno na przykład tego wampira.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this.
Nie, jeszcze nie
This
pokazał.
time you will see to our Duquesa. It seems we underestimated Sienna rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle complete now.
A, w ten sposób pytałeś. To już jest za późno, że ja myślę o takich rzeczach.
We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
A, nie było dużo innych możliwości, nie?
Sienna planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get
Oni nie
folk
byli
talking about a
osłami.
righteous, vengeful beast.
I wiesz, że to nie był ich
Obscured the
jedyne
victims' links to
połączenie.
Sienna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Sienna murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Think it's a good idea? After all, we foiled her carefully planned scheme. Think she'll even want to?
Talk to you? Would it harm you in any way to try? Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Sienna locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Dettlaff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that, no, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Vampires. Kiedyś zrobię taką grę, w której opcjonalny objective to jest coś złego. Zobaczysz, tak? Save, gdyby crashnęło. I jak zrobią taką grę, to wiesz, będzie skandal na cały świat. Właśnie idę, dlatego nie muszę. Powiedz mi, że mogę ich wyperswadować mocą.
In the matter of?
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duchess's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no?
Dzięki Bogu.
Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Przepuść mnie.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Siana, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
A niech się jej zapyta.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh. You really want a happy ending, don't you? With all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Syanna.
Dlaczego? Bo przeżyje?
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Let's go. Want to see him too.
Ciekawe. Ciekawe, na kiedy ma znaczenie. Ja Henriecie i tak powiem, że chciałem ją zabić, ale...
It's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Syanna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
Czy Anna może zginąć podczas ceremonii? Tak się teraz zastanawiam.
In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness.
Lol.
Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart.
Duty.
For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Toussaint's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of
Czemu Geralt
Beauclair,
zaczął się wąchać?
step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair.
A, zatrute to było, czy co?
In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Sonrial, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid
No,
I have
that's
to
okay.
sour the mood. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Dettlaff. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
Bo się namyśliła? Czy dlatego, że zrobi coś głupiego teraz?
I do not believe it.
No, tak myślałem.
In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
Po prostu jej siostra jest jej swoim punktem. I tyle. Ja to widzę w ten sposób. Jeśli o nią chodzi, to ona traci rozum. To się zgodzę. Nie wiem, czy ona czuje się winna tego, że ją nic nie zrobiła z nią. Że nic nie powiedziała, jaką wywala i...
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Dettlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
O mój Boże, naprawdę, jak już tak daleko jestem, to wezmę jedynkę, ale...
Bitterness consumes Sienna. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Sienna?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Henrietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace. Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark. And which you set a fire at the last to impress me, I
Ciekawe.
imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my
Wszystko
life.
zrobiłem dobrze?
But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out, but you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you. Sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished,
O, się jakoś
I
różnić
have
od
lived
siebie.
with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister.
Może ty powiedziałeś, że jest winna,
Can
czy
you
co?
forgive me?
Przeżyję ją za późno, żeby ją zabiła. Koniec? Podobało mi się. Myślę, że Krew Wina bardziej mi się podobało od Serc Kamienia, ale to głównie dlatego, że własną mapę miało.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips.
No, bo już jest późno. Mówiłem, że Krew i Wino bardziej mi się podobało od Serc Kamienia, ale głównie dlatego, że własną mapę miało.
Not too strong.
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say
Potem
is
zapierdolanie na północy tego, to było takie sobie.
It might be wise
Ale
to stop
też bardzo fajne
elsewhere
questy były w Sercach z Kamienia.
Would you care to accompany me?
Jutro będę robił jeszcze sidequesty. Aż mi się znudzi. Potem będę grał w Elden Ringa chyba.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget
Na
matters
wstążkę
of
na
safety
pewno.
and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moonlight.
Ona umiera nawet jak ten? Nawet jak... Nawet jak idziesz do jaskini?
Must be oh so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
A to śmiesznie, przecież ona siedzi w tej książce.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all.
Aha. To śmiesznie, że zawsze umiera też, tak?
Where'd you go?
Ty wampir ją zabija, czy kto?
Regis!
Where'd you go?
I did what I had to do!
No. No, co tu się spodziewa? Tutaj nie widzę tej fiki.
Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Torba z lutem stoi przy kamerze.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Don't really know yet. Might find the life of a hard-working vintner too tempting one day. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path, go on roaming, staring up at the stars after
Jak
laying my
Jean-Luc
bedroll
Picard
at the roadside.
normalnie.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I sense some poetry coming on, which of course brings to mind Dandelion. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so
O,
fondly.
to ciekawe. Myślałem, że ona jest w miarę bezpieczna.
Far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Aha.
Distance.
A ktoś zabija Annę jeszcze?
I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
A, dobra.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
No, rozumiem. No to widzisz, przyfarciło się.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Dobra, wystarczy, myślę. Gwent. Mówię. Pora iść spać niestety. Jutro jeszcze dokończę to. Robię sidequesty. I to będzie tyle. Ocena bohaterów? Anna mi jakoś tam nie przeszkadzała wybitnie. Dla mnie była spoko. Zakończenie mi się spodobało to, co miałem. Trochę było takie happy ending, ale jak na sam koniec DLC, to nie jest problem na moje. Ten Dietrow, czy jak to się nazywał, ten wampir, no on rzeczywiście był tak, no, mam wrażenie, że trochę próbowali zrobić z niego coś, czym on nie był w rzeczywistości. Regil był spoko. Regil to z innej gry. Ten ziomek od straży, co na początku nie lubi, też był spoko. Kto tam jeszcze jest? Sylwana? Sylwana była też spoko. Podobała mi się koniec końców. Widać było, że taka psychiczna, ale ma jakąś tam swoją logikę. Więc generalnie mi się podobało prawie wszystko. Oj, tam to tylko jedna prowincja. W innej prowincji mogą wampiry nic nie wiedzieć. Hehe. Myślę, że raczej nie będę go kontynuowali w następnej części. Chociaż kto wie. Nie ma szans. Raz przyszedł, mi wystarczy. No, ja ci mówię, że ona jest nieracjonalna, jeśli chodzi o siostrę po prostu. To domyślam się, że właściwie się zastanawiam, czy dokładnie, że czy jest jakieś zakończenie, gdzie cię wywalają. W ogóle z te są. Na banicję cię skazują i możesz wrócić do mapy czy coś. To byłoby fajne. Jakby coś mocno zjebał, żeby były jakieś konsekwencje. Tak jak w Kotorze. Widziałem, że jest achievement za to, że trafiasz do pierdla w to są. Swoją drogą rzucę okiem na trofea z tego DLC. Czy wszystkie fabularne wbiłem? No właśnie nie mam tego, że zająć się do pierdla. Jest jakoś spaniu jeziora, tego też jeszcze nie zrobiłem. A reszta są pierdały. Pani jeziora, to zakładam jest sidequest. Wiem, że nie widzisz, bo jak przeglądam trofea, to on pauzuje. Ale mówię. No to na pewno zrobię tego questa jutro. Postaram się zrobić, chyba że będzie jakiś cholerny nudny. Tu jeszcze na północy w ogóle mnie nie było. Może nawet jakieś kontrakty spróbuję. Ale to będzie powoli już koniec mojej przygody z Wiedźminem wtedy. 1-2 dni max, myślę. Ja sobie obejrzę te zakończenia. Jeszcze może jutro w robocie, albo dzisiaj zanim pójdę spać. Zobaczymy. Nie wiem, czy dzisiaj będzie mi się chciało. Takie racjonalne, jak lubisz zabijać ludzi. To jest bardzo racjonalne. To jest pewnie Pani jeziora. Strzelam. I co, ja oni to mają gdzieś? Tutaj tak, no dokładnie. To jest tak głupie. Myślałem, że jak powiesz temu kapitanowi, to myślałem, że już nie ma szans, że ona zginie, nie? Tak się już zastanawiałem, czy może nie olać tego? Bo wiesz... Bo... Może on coś zrobi głupiego, ten kapitan starzy, bo on taki wcześniej był w końcu wodzie kąpany. Ale stwierdziłem, powiem mu. O, mamy jakieś questy jeszcze. Co to jest? Tutaj. The fuck? I to nie jest quest z krwi i wina, o co tutaj kurwa chodzi? To już musi na jutro poczekać. Oj. Dobra, tak. Ja idę spać. Oj, jutro pracuję tak jak dzisiaj. Jeżeli będę grał, to będę grał w tych samych godzinach, bo to porobię jeszcze te questy. No, do jutra. Pa. Albo do jutra, co ja mówię. Do zobaczenia. Nie wiem, kiedyś zobaczymy.